Everyone keeps asking the same question. Which automation tool is the best? Zapier users swear it's the easiest. Make users will tell you it's more powerful and flexible. And n8n fans will say, why pay at all when you can self-host and build anything? But here's the truth. There isn't one single winner. Because the best automation platform depends on who you are, what you're building, and how far you plan to scale. So in this video, we're doing a proper comparison. Zapier versus Make versus n8n. And this comparison actually matters more than most people think. Because choosing the wrong platform doesn't just waste money, it wastes time. You might spend days building automations in a tool that ends up limiting you later. Or you might choose something too complex and never actually finish your workflows. And the worst case is when you outgrow your platform and you're forced to rebuild your entire automation system from scratch. So here's exactly what we're doing today. I'm going to break down Zapier, Make, and n8 in a clear, practical way. What each one is best at, where each one struggles, and what kind of person or business should use each platform. This is not going to be a biased one tool wins video. The goal is simple. By the end, you'll know which tool fits your skill level, your budget, your workflow complexity, and your need for control or privacy. So with that said, let's break down Zapier, Make, and n8n and help you pick the right one. If you're into this kind of content, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for future videos.
Let's start with Zapier. Zapier is usually the first automation platform most people discover, and for a good reason. It's built for speed and simplicity. If you are a beginner, a business user, or someone who just wants workflows running without spending hours learning a new tool, Zapier is one of the best options. Zapier works especially well for fast automation with minimal setup. You can connect your apps to a trigger, pick an action, and you will have something useful running in minutes. That's why it's popular for teams that want quick wins, like sending leads from forms into a CRM, auto-notifying Slack, creating tasks automatically, or connecting marketing tools without needing technical help. One of Zapier's biggest strengths is how easy it is to use. The whole experience feels guided, so even non-technical users can build workflows conveniently. Another major advantage is its integration library. Zapier supports a massive number of apps, which means there's a high chance that whatever tools your business already uses are already supported. On top of that, Zapier is known for reliability. It's built for business workflows where consistency and uptime matter. Zapier has also been improving a lot with AI features. It now supports AI assistants workflow building and AI actions that can help automate things like summarizing, categorizing, drafting text, and routing tasks based on content. However, Zapier is not perfect. The main limitation is flexibility. When workflows become more advanced, like heavy branching, looping through large datasets, or complex logic, Zapier can feel more limited compared to Make and n8n. Another issue is cost. Zapier pricing can become expensive when you scale up and start running high task volumes every month. And finally, if you need deep customization, you may end up relying on workarounds like multiple zaps, paths, and extra steps, which can make the system hard to maintain long term. Next up, let's talk about Make. Make is an automation platform that's built for people who want more control and visibility over their workflow. If Zapier is about getting automations running as fast as possible, Make is more about designing workflows carefully and seeing exactly how your data flows from one step to the next. Make is the best for users who want visual workflow control. The entire experience is built like a flowchart. Every step of your automation is shown as a module, and you can connect them together in a visual way. This makes it very appealing to people who like building systems, not just quick automations. It's especially useful when your workflows become more complex. For example, if you need branching logic, routers, loops, or multiple different outcomes depending on the data, Make handles this kind of complexity really well. That's why a lot of agencies and automation builders prefer Make. It gives you the tools to build scenarios that feel like full automation systems, not just simple triggers and actions. And overall, Make is extremely flexible for complex logic. Many workflows that feel difficult or limited in other platforms becomes much more manageable when you can design them visually. Add routers, filters, and loop to control every prod. But Make also comes with trade-off. First, it has a higher learning curve than Zapier. It is not difficult, but it requires more understanding. Second, Make pricing can be confusing. Unlike Zapier, which usually charges per task, Make charges per operation or credit, meaning every module execution counts. Even actions like checking for new data, running tests, or steps inside loops can increase your total usage. And building and maintaining scenarios take a lot of effort. Make gives you power and control. That also means there's a lot of responsibility. You spend more time designing your workflows, organizing the logic, and maintaining them as your business grows. Last but not least, we have n8n. n8n is a different type of automation platform compared to Zapier and Make because it's built with technical users in mind. While Zapier focuses on simplicity and Make focus on visual workflow building, n8n focuses on flexibility and control. It's best suited for developers, technical teams, businesses that want automations that behave more like real software systems. One of the biggest reasons teams choose n8n is when they need full flexibility. If your automation needs custom logic, unusual integrations, workflows that go beyond normal trigger and extra style automations, n8n gives you the room to build exactly what you want. This is especially true for API-heavy workflows, where you're working directly with endpoints, tokens, headers, and structured data. Another major reason n8n stands out is privacy and hosting control. Unlike platforms where everything runs in the vendor's cloud, n8n can be self-hosted. That means businesses can run workflows on their own servers, keep data inside own infrastructure, and meet stricter privacy or compliance requirements. For companies that deal with sensitive customer data, this can be a deciding factor. In terms of strengths, the first big advantage is that n8n is open source. That gives the platform a huge level of transparency and flexibility. And it also means the tool can be extended beyond what's available out of the box. Second, n8n gives you maximum customization. You can design workflow with complex decision-making, advanced transformations, and custom automation patterns. It supports both low-code building and coding when needed, meaning you can keep it simple for basic workflows and go deep when your system demands it. Another strong point is integration capability. Even if a service doesn't have a built-in integration node, you can still connect to it using APIs. This makes n8n extremely adaptable, especially for companies using internal tools, niche platforms, or custom-built systems. It also helps you avoid platform locking. With self-hosting, the workflow environment is under your control, and you are not fully dependent on a vendor's pricing model or platform limitations. That can matter a lot when automations become core infrastructure for a business. But n8n also has some clear limitations. First of all, it has the hardest learning curve out of the three tools. Even though it has a visual builder, it still expects you to understand how data is structured and how requests are handled. If someone isn't comfortable working with JSON, APIs, or technical workflow design, n8n can feel complex really quickly. Second, the setup time is higher. With Zapier, you can start in minutes. With Make, you can build fairly quickly once you learn it. But with n8n, especially if you self-host, you need time to install it, configure it properly, and set up credentials and ensure it runs reliably. And third, running n8n comes with operational responsibility. If you self-host it, your team is responsible for updates, security patches, server uptimes, and backups. So while the platform gives you control, it also requires maturity in how you manage infrastructure. So now the big question is, which one should you actually choose? The honest answer is there's no clear winner here because Zapier, Make, and n8n are built for three different types of users. All three can automate workflows, but they solve different problems depending on your skill level, your budget, and how complex your automations need to become. Let's start with Zapier. If you want quick results with minimal setup, Zapier is usually the best fit. It is designed for beginners and business users who don't want to spend time learning technical concepts. just to automate simple processes. Zapier is great if your goal is reliability and simplicity. You want your workflows to run smoothly in the background without a lot of maintenance. It is also a strong option if you want AI-assisted automation creation, because it helps you build workflows faster without manually designing everything from scratch. Next is Make. Make is a better choice if you want visual control and deeper workflow building. It's a strong platform for people who build automations regularly, especially when workflows become complex. If you're dealing with routing, branching, loops, or multiple outcomes depending on the data, Make gives you the tools to design that logic clearly. It also works really well if you need strong data manipulation, like handling arrays, filtering large data sets, or reshaping data between apps. So if you're building workflows as systems, not just automations, Make is a strong fit. And finally, n8n. n8n is best fit if you want full ownership, customization, and control. If you have technical liability or at least developer support, n8n becomes extremely powerful because you are not limited to what's built into the platform. It is also the best option if privacy and self-hosting matter, since you can run it on your own infrastructure and keep data inside your environment. And if your workflows are API heavy, meaning you're connecting tools that don't have standard integrations or building advanced custom logic, n8n gives you the flexibility to build exactly what you need. So the simplest way to think about it is this. Zapier is the best when you want automation to feel effortless. Make is the best when you want visibility and control. And n8n is best when you want automation that you fully own and can customize like software. So instead of asking which platform is the best, the smarter question is, which platform is best for what I'm trying to build? If you are serious about building solutions like this and you are willing to learn step by step and work on real projects, you are welcome to join our free community. Inside, we teach everything from ground up, starting from zero with practical hands-on guidance. And if you're someone who's interested in using this solution but doesn't want to dive into technical side and instead wants to move faster and scale sooner, you can also partner with us and hire our tech team to build these systems for you. Either way, the goal is the same, helping you move from ideas to real working solutions.